Good afternoon, everyone. It's AJ. Welcome to AJ's Movie Place, my place. Yeah, so in this video, I'm going to have a little talk about Jaws, and I'm going to be opening up the steelbooks. Got 4 steelbooks, one for each film, so we're going to be having a look at them. Before we do, a little talk about Jaws. Obviously, Jaws, very famous film, directed by Steven Spielberg. He was very young at the time. It was made in it was released in 1975. Here in the UK, it was released just after Christmas Day on December the 26th. The film had a budget of 7 million, but went on to gross worldwide 471.5 million. Now this brought about the name Blockbuster. This was the film that started it all. This was the film that started summer event movies. Yeah, it's the biggest film of its time, and a fantastic film. As a child, it was one of my go-to movies. Whenever I finished school, I'd come home and I'd watch one of 3 movies. And those 3 movies were Back to the Future, Star Wars, or Jaws. Yeah, they were the 3. Primarily it would have been Jaws and Star Wars, because obviously Back to the Future was the mid-80s and this was about 10 years prior. But yeah, it's one of my favourite films of all time. I think it's fantastic. Obviously the film stars Roy Scheider as Chief Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint. Both those actors are now dead, unfortunately. They've both passed away. Richard Dreyfuss played Hooper from the Oceanographic Society. And the film was based upon a book by the author Peter Benchley, who has got a cameo in the film as a news reporter in the scene where he talks about a dark cloud appearing over on the horizon and this sort of thing. That is actually Peter Benchley. He did go on and regret writing the Book of Jaws because it gave sharks a bad name and created this hysteria around them, and hunting of sharks increased at the time. So yeah, he wasn't very happy with that side of it. But the film is fantastic. I know people say, oh, the rubber shark. Please, this film is near on perfect. If they decided to go back and touch it up and then give us a computer animated shark, I wouldn't be happy. It's fine the way it is. It's the product of its time. It looked fantastic for its time. It's got a fantastic score by John Williams. John Williams obviously done the music to films like Star Wars, Superman, E.T., Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. He's a fantastic composer, probably the best there is. And this has got a fantastic score to it as well. So the film did have 3 sequels, which we are going to look at the steelbooks of in this video. In 1978 we got Jaws 2. Roy Scheider did return as Chief Brody. The film is okay. It's nowhere near the quality of Jaws 1, but it's an acceptable film. It's not a bad film. Then we got Jaws 3, or Jaws 3D in 1983. Dennis Quaid starred, Louis Gossett Jr. starred alongside him. Yeah, that was... I haven't seen it for years, but I know it's going to be a bad film when I rewatch it. And then 1987, we got Jaws the Revenge. This sort of return of Chief Brody's wife, Ellen Brody. Can't remember the actress's name, didn't look it up. Michael Caine does star, but I believe he's never seen the film. But he has been quoted as saying, yeah, I've never seen the film, but I have seen the house that it bought, or the house that it built. Something along those sort of lines. Whether that's true that he actually said that or not, that's up for some discussion. But yeah, so like I said, Jaws was a fantastic film. If I was ranking my favourite films, this would easily... It could possibly push #1 favourite film of all time. It is fantastic. I do love it. But yeah, so we will have a closer look at these, but I do have 2 versions of Jaws itself. I have the lenticular 45th anniversary limited edition version, 4K, which, yeah, it's in an Amaray case. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Also, I do have the standard Blu-ray steelbook release. And we are going to be opening Jaws 2, which was released today. Jaws 3 Steelbook, both of them Steelbooks, released today. And Jaws the Revenge Steelbook. We'll be having a closer look at all three of them. So yeah. So I think I've said everything I need to say about the film. It's fantastic. I could do a lot more talking about it. But this is mainly here to look at the collection and the sort of thing we get. Yeah, anyway, so without further ado, let's get to opening up this Jaws collection. So, first off, let's have a look at this 45th anniversary limited edition 4K release. This came out a little while ago. As you can see, there is lenticular movement around the cover. It's a thick case, slip book. You do get a book in it. Now, when this book was originally released, it was all back to front. It wasn't printed right. The pages were all off kilter, so to speak. So you had to send away for another one, which I did, and this is that. I still have the other book, the off-kiltered one, the one where it's all mucked up. I'll keep that for posterity. So yeah, that's that. Obviously, this is the 4K Amaray. You get art cards in there, and you get obviously a disc. We will have a quick look at two discs, obviously Blu-ray and 4K. So there's the first one with the Orca. Main stars: Roy Scheider, fantastic actor; Robert Shaw, another fantastic actor; and Richard Dreyfuss, again fantastic actor. All three of these, you know, they really came together in this film. They got a fantastic relationship. Their chemistry's great. Yeah, it's a brilliant cast. There we go. We've seen where they've with the mayor in front of the billboard that's been graffitied upon. Richard Dreyfuss there, Roy Scheider, and last but not least is Scene of Panic. Yes, everyone's running out of the ocean. So that's, you know, some nice art cards. Nothing on the back really. But yes, so that was a nice release. It does look really good in 4K, and I would say that it's got one of the best making of documentaries on it that I've ever seen. The nice thing about retrospective making of documentaries is you get a bit of honesty in there, a bit of truth. Nothing's hidden. It's not done to promote the film. It's done because these people are talking about how the film was made and all the troubles that the film had. Yeah, so you get the making of Jaws, the shark is still working, the impact and legacy of Jaws, Jaws the restoration, deleted scenes and outtakes from the set and the original theatrical trailer. The length of the actual making of, if I'm not mistaken, is actually about an hour and a half in itself. It's a filmic length, and it's very interesting, very worth watching. Like I said, it does go into all the production troubles and all this, and the troubles that Spielberg had, and the going over budget and everything like that, you know, and the shoot being extended. But yeah, so that's that. Next up, we'll have a look at the Jaws 1 4K. Now, this is obviously already open, but in a protective sleeve. I've had this copy for years. I know there's been other steelbooks, so I'm like the Japanese writing on it, which I didn't particularly like. Wasn't enamoured with that. Plain on the back, nothing on the back. Classic image. It's just you know, it's got a little bit of dirt on it actually. Need to clean that up a bit, and that's your interior. Two discs. Again, yeah, I don't have the J card for this. I don't know what happened to it. So, after that, we have Jaws 2. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a bad sequel, but, you know, if I was to give the first one 10 out of 10, this one might be like 6 or something, but it's not got the magic of the first one. It's watchable. It's got some good moments in it. Yeah. Steven Spielberg obviously didn't return in the director's chair. Let's get this J card off. So, lovely cover, like that. That's the back. And that's your interior, one disc. I already have Jaws 2 actually on an Amaray release. Yeah. So that's the cover of that. What I'll do is I'll put these all side by side at the end and have a look at them together. So I'll stick the J card on one side. Then we have Jaws 3. Now, like I said, this was an early attempt at 3D in the cinema. There's a very famous scene where the shark's heading towards this screen, but a glass screen underwater and breaks it, but there's absolutely no movement in the shark whatsoever. It's just coming straight towards this screen. It looks absolutely awful. Like I said, I haven't seen this film in a long time. I don't know what to expect from it. I know it's going to be crap, but there you go. So there's the front of your steelbook. And lovely image, back of your steelbook, and for the interior, there's that, with your disc. Yeah, so I don't know which is worse out of these two, Jaws 3 or Jaws 4, probably Jaws 4, but that's not saying much, in that Jaws 3 probably isn't hardly any better whatsoever. So, again, quickly remove plastic. Like I said, this is the version that had Michael Caine starring in it. Now, Michael Caine's one of them actors who actually very rarely turns down any role, much like Samuel Jackson. Put that knife away. Much like Samuel Jackson, they'll star in anything, regardless of quality. Oh, look, I've just ripped the J card. That's why I hate the glue. Still, not the end of the world. I'm not going to get upset. That's spilt milk. So there's the cover for Jaws the Revenge, Jaws 4, front and back, and the interior. Yeah, you can see Michael Caine right there. Yeah, so that's that. Let's have a look at them all together. So that's Jaws 4. Jaws 3, the steelbook. Jaws 2. And Jaws itself. Take it out. So yeah, apart from the title on that, obviously, all very similar design. The shark coming up with difference in front. They all look really nice. I mean, I'm glad I've got them for my collection, don't get me wrong. I know that the quality is massive between that and that, and then the quality is massive between that and them. I mean, these are low rated films. You know, I wouldn't recommend them to anyone. Obviously, I'd recommend that 100%. That one I'd say give it a watch. You can find something in it's enjoyable. Avoid them. But, you know, I'm happy. These are the backs. Obviously, Jaws itself has got a plain back, and the others are all fin related. Yeah. There we have it. So let's have a look at the spines together. Jaws 2, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws 4. So there's your spines. All pretty good. I like the fact that they sort of get deeper in colour. So you got a white, you got a like tinge of blue there. You go to a darker blue, heading into like a purpley colour. So it's almost like a transition effect. I quite like that. Sort of been thought about. All right, Jaws itself could have been a little bit, you know, they could have matched it, so that was a little bit higher, or these ones would have been a bit lower to match that. But these are just picking. That's me being picky. But yeah, so like I said, Jaws 4. Jaws 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you have them. Jaws. And to top it off, your 4K release with a lenticular. So yeah, so that was my complete Jaws Blu-ray collection with the openings of the new ones that were released via Zavvi today. Hope you enjoyed that video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these films. Where do you rank? How do you rank these films? What do you think of Jaws itself? Is it one of your favourite films? Were you there? Were you at that age when it came out? When it came out, I'd literally just been born. I was a baby. But I've got fond memories of watching it later on. Fantastic film. Yeah. So, yeah, please give me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is below. Press it. Up here I'm flashing up a symbol for notifications. That's to remind you to hit the notification bell that's down here somewhere, so that you can be apprised of all my upcoming content. There will be a lot. I'm posting quite often. And also consider sharing that video to your friends. Let them know. And give me a thumbs up. That's me done for today. I'll leave you with this, just to show you that I ain't scared of the water.